How do we switch from judger to learner? That's what we're going to talk about today in episode 472 of our 333. Good afternoon, business owners. We're talking about this week question thinking, and today we're going to talk about what we pick up from where we stopped yesterday. We were talking about the judger or the learner mentality. Today we're going to talk about switching, which is questions we can do to get out of judgment mode into learning. We're going to talk about what do I want? What are my choices? Which assumptions am I making? Okay, so let's talk about this a second. We realize that we do a lot of thinking ourselves. The conversations that we have with ourselves in our head are dealing with questions, and we need to be asking ourselves, are we asking the right questions? And we learned yesterday that really our questions and our thoughts come from a very judgmental mentality or a very learner mentality. And today we're going to talk about switching from judgmental to learner. Now, it's common practice, common knowledge that you're going to be, when you're in conversations with people, meeting people first time, dealing with issues, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to find yourself in that judger mentality. But I want you to ask yourself questions, which we call question thinking, to switch out of that mode into the next mode. So here are some of the questions that we can deal with. Business tip number 1. What do I want? What do I want from this situation? What do I want from this conversation? Pause for a moment and ask yourself what I want. This gets you out of the judgmental thinking and really zeroes in on the point of your thoughts in this conversation, relationship, etc. Business tip number 2, what are my choices? Again, that puts us out of the judgmental mentality, takes ownership of the situation, and starts getting our brain thinking forward on the correct choices I could be making in, again, this conversation, situation, etc. Business tip number 3, what assumptions am I making? This immediately puts us into listener-learner mode because we're listening to the others and we're realizing, stop for a moment, the very judgmental mentality we have about the assumptions of the conversation, the person, the situations. Again, these are 3 starter questions to really get you out and get you into the switching mode to switch from judgmental to learner. What do I want? What are my choices? What assumptions am I making? That's what I'm learning today. Anything I learn, I throw the fence to you because I want you guys to be awesome. I want you to have great question thinking. Now go back to sleep.